What up, YouTube? Back at it again. Long day so far, and it's like it's not even noon yet. I'm just taking my lunch break a little early. You want to know why? This is why. We got Bad Company. One of my favorite flicks. Chris Rock plays like this dual character. I think Anthony Hopkins, you'll see him as well. Basically, like I think it's like Chris Rock is like kind of a bum, sort of. And then his brother, get this, his brother is like, I think kind of a secret agent. If I'm thinking of the right movie, right? It's been a long time since I've seen it, but we're gonna run it back. And then like I think his brother gets killed, like doing secret agent stuff, and then like Chris Rock has to fill in and like also be kind of a badass, but they kind of have to help him through that. I think that's what we're watching right now. We might get some cameos from Ren, a musician, and Chris Webby, also a musician. But do me a favor, go support Ren, go support my guy Webby as well. Go like, go subscribe, of course. Love to have you here as well. If you could, make sure you smash that like, make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate it very much. It does help the channel. Best way to get me, by the way, will always be on Patreon. However, I do read all my comments. Drop some comments down below. But Patreon, if you leave me like a lot of requests, like literally on the homepage there, you leave a comment, I get a notification to my phone. So I like, you can just DM me. I respond pretty quickly. But I do read my comments. Let's dive in. Buckle up. I'm excited. We got Bad Company. I do have lyrics. I was kidding about the movie thing, kind of. Okay, we go.
I got that ice cold blood pumping under my skin. Don't know why, but I've been out here causing trouble again. The CEO of the bad company, shutter your windows, lock the damn door, so we coming right in. They say I lost my mind on this molecular level. My head's in the gutter. My friends say I should get it together. Got some substances I love as much as my family members, and you can always count on family to get through the weather. When rains come and them lightning bolts like that sky, I'm a mess. Ain't got no cleaner as the time passed by. Built all these castles in the sand, but I can't fight that tide. You might ask why, so let me just remind them why they say I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself. Talking to myself up in the mirror. Could I make it any clearer? At this point they know I'm way past help. I never cared about the doctors or...
Am I the only one that like loves just like well thought out dance routines? So obviously, like with Inpatient, like the whole this we're in this asylum that's essentially this big metaphor, like a microcosm for like all of these different issues, a lot of which Webby and Ren kind of have in common, which has been sort of the narrative throughout this entire album, Bad Company included. Like, and I'm listening to the lyrics. We'll get to the lyrics in a minute here. Last time I was got some substances I love as much as my family members. But you got this dude, and he's like tweaking out a little bit, and he's like kind of running around this facility, we'll call it. And then he just breaks out into this like contemporary / hip hop dance, which is super cool. And then you have him kind of joined in with the other. They're not really inmates. They're inpatients. They're patients. But in this sort of growing kind of flash mob style. But dude, I dig it. It's just hyper creative, man.
I never cared about the doctor's orders. I just play with the hand that I got dealt. So they say I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself. I carry my weight down this open road, rattling bones. And every step I take, my muscles shake, but I stumble on back home. This life's been cold, solid I've known. Now tell me just what the fuck is beginning. beginner's luck, 'cause I'm a veteran of being alone. They say I'm back.
Bro, I love some of these lines, man. I don't want to pause this too much. Like, I'm listening and break this down line for line. I'm a veteran of being alone. Tell me just what the fuck is beginner's luck. I love that line because I'm a veteran of being alone. So good. Dude, Ren's vocals, man. I mean, we say it enough, but we got to give some credit to homie for his vocals. He is it's like if you throw back and like actually you listen to like even like the earlier stuff, still really really good. Like way back to Freckled Angels, fantastic. Even before that. But different and tuned a little bit different. He's adding these little nuances, these little tremors, these vibrato, this little oomph in a little bit of areas, man. This crying desperation in what he's delivering right now. Um that's super dope. Yeah, we'll get to the lyrics. I mean it's pretty easy to understand, I think. Although it does go a little bit deeper, I think, than face value. We're again using things metaphorically as a bigger picture, but I love her face right now. Ah. Anyways, we'll run it back.
Not being alone. They say I'm bad company. I don't act like I'm supposed to. I've heard they say no misery loves company, but I'm too goddamn anti-social. They say I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a
little Thriller dance in there. And did you see my guy in the straitjacket roll out? That you ever see Con Air? Like, was it Buscemi's character? He's just so goofy, and he's like playing with dolls in some scenes, and he's singing to. Yeah, he's just this one of his best roles, I think. Anyway.
Hey, I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself. Talking to myself up in the mirror. Could I make it any clearer? At this point, they know I'm way past help. I never cared about the doctor's orders. I just play with the hand that I got dealt. So they say I'm bad company. Yeah, I'm a threat to myself.
We break it out. So one of the things that I think the dancers show was like this sense of togetherness, and I'll get to why that's important in a second. I think. Let me just reread some of these lyrics real quick. Yeah, it's almost like we've built up to this point thus far. It's almost like we're welcoming, and understanding, almost embracing our role. I'm speaking like from the narrative and the perspective of our narrators here, our protagonists, but of like the bad company is a term just used for like, and he says like I'm a threat to myself. It's just like basically embracing that role as the quote unquote kind of misunderstood sort of outcasts, right? But and then we've got like, and then like they're condemned to institutions, or they're condemned by society. They're condemned by any sort of societal narrative that has any sort of pushback on being just a bit different for whatever reason. Call it neurodivergence, if you will. Call it whatever you want to. But it's almost like it's almost like kind of flipping that and making that like not a, they call it bad company, but saying like it's not necessarily sort of a bad thing. Yeah, it's kind of like understanding what's wrong, your flaws, or if you want to call them flaws, I would call them differences. And sort of using that as fuel to kind of brush off any critics, ignore it if you can, and sticking together with whomever your crew is, people that might be like-minded or like you in a sense. And even if it could be deemed as troublesome, um but keeping quote bad company is sort of like finding your people. um but it's also like with the understanding that like Bad Company like is yeah, like by norm, by your sort of normal standards, like I could be seen as a dangerous dude. So I don't know, if you don't want your kids to be friends with me because I'm a little bit different, that's fine. I'll find my way somewhere, and I think that's how we can differentiate ourselves from an artist standpoint. And I think that's kind of where they're taking this concept is basically driving home the thought of or like basically just showcasing artistry as kind of like your not just an umbrella from those things, but also sort of an escape or a release from the everyday nonsense that you might have to deal with. um we're getting deep over here. I don't know if any of that made sense to you guys. My mind, I'm just like them. My mind, it goes in certain directions, and then I just talk, and then like I don't even know if that was English. Sometimes I black out and I speak. um but that's kind of what I get from not just this song, but as we're sort of like sanding the concept down even more and fine tuning a little bit more as far as this whole album, and this asylum that we've built with Impatient. So um what did I miss here? Yeah, great lines here. I love the back and forth. You get like, and I hope this isn't like, that this concept isn't the last that we see of collabs from these two, because like they have such contrasting styles that I feel like, and albeit very similar kind of like, sort of takes on things. They're, they don't, they're they're you know their vocals contrast. They don't really sound alike at all. They're good at different things. They can both rap. Um but I think that you get two creative minds together like this, and you get some cool shit, dude. That's that's kind of all I got. Um I'm the CEO of Bad Company. Shutter your windows, lock the damn door. So we coming right in. See, I lost my mind at this. Yeah, we're just painting a picture for, and this is sort of somewhat hyperbole, but of me being the bad guy. And yeah, I might get into some substances, um and yeah, I'm a mess. I can admit that. But is built all these castles in the sand, but I can't fight that tide. See, and that's another kind of, and there's just little lines in this that are just I love. Built these castles in the sand, right? It's almost like just this exploration of artistry, but you can't fuck with a giant wave that comes at you. So sometimes you might feel like this little castle, this sort of loner in the art game that just gets washed away by a sea of normality and monotony, right? I don't know. That's what I got. I'll probably go listen to it back and be like, "Oh, dude, you were totally wrong with all of that." That's all right. I'm wrong all the time. Go support Ren. Go support Webby. Still waiting on Chris Rock to show up. I would say go watch that movie because it's fantastic, but it's like you could probably skip it. It's a 5.5, 6. It's whatever. It's fine. Go show some love. Love to have you guys here as well. If you could smash that like, make sure you're subscribed. I appreciate it very much. It does help the channel. We'll talk to you on the next.